Good morning and welcome to episode 14 of the Blue Fern Yarn podcast. My name's Shannon and I'm coming to you from a quite bright but dull Norwich in Norfolk in the UK. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Blue Fern Yarns. You can also find me at my own website, which is bluefernyarns.co.uk, where you can find my hand-dyed yarns, higher knitting needles, handmade notions, a couple of project bags, crochet hooks, and a few patterns which I have written up. If you are a new subscriber, welcome, and thank you for joining me. And if you are returning, again, thank you very much. It really does mean the world to me. Today I've got quite a bit to show you, so I don't know how long this episode is going to be, but I've got a couple of finished objects. I've got 4 whips on the go at the moment. I've got a couple of purchases. I have splurged a little, but I love them. And I've got a little bit of news on my shop update. First thing I wanted to do was apologise for not podcasting on my usual 2 weekly basis. We're just over 2 weeks now, not quite 3. And today is just I don't even know what day of the week it is. It's Thursday the 8th of April. Yeah, so it's just over 3 weeks. There have been quite a few things going on. So I've had some time off from my day job, which in itself has been lovely. Just needed to get away and get a bit of a break, and yeah, it's been really lovely. My granddad is not very well. He's not been well since he broke his hip a while ago, and he's back in hospital at the moment. I don't want to go into too much detail about that because I will actually start crying, and you are not here to watch me cry. And then also Bennett yesterday, my lovely little boy, cat, just in case you are new, I don't have a child, it's just my cat who is my baby. He had to go to the vets yesterday because I think he has been in some sort of fight and basically lost, and he's got some form of puncture in his tail, which is not the first time. So yeah, he's currently feeling very sorry for himself. But obviously that's stressful. Cats. He needs to either learn to win or to stop fighting. I would prefer the latter, but I don't know if that will ever actually happen. But I mean, who knows? So we'll jump straight onto finished objects, and those of you that follow me may notice I am actually wearing one of mine. So this is the, I don't know if you can see it all, the Trescao. I'll pop I'll pop a little picture in so you can just see what it looks like when I'm stood up properly. This is the Trescao jumper by Dervout from Along. I think that's her Instagram thing. I will put it on the screen just in case, so you can actually get it right. And the yarn is my own hand-dyed yarn. It is in the colourway Concrete, and it's got this gorgeous eyelet detail down the side here, and it fits really nicely. Yeah, I just absolutely love this. Yay! And I do need to shout out to my mum. She is Miss Mandy Lou on Instagram if you want to find her. She did my sleeves for me because this was before I realised I could make socks. And I just couldn't do the sleeves. I cast this on, I think I looked on my Ravelry, it was back in November. and I was super excited, and I'd got the top done and most of the body, and I was just like, I wanted to make sure I got the sleeves done before I finished the body, because I didn't mind a bit of a crop jumper, but I just didn't want to run out of yarn, and it's my first jumper I've ever made, so I was just panicking about every single little stage. And I didn't need to. I actually have some yarn left over, which is added back to my stash, which no doubt I'll use at some point for something else. But yeah, so my lovely mum did my sleeves for me, which I just can't thank her enough. So I didn't get Sleeve Island. I've heard about it, I've not been on it. But yes, so I love this jumper. It fits so well, it's so warm. Yes, I did. When I got the jumper back, because my mum had done the sleeves for me, I had knit it to about down here, and I'd actually ripped all the way back up to just where the sleeves split, because I had heard of helical knitting between my mum getting the jumper and me getting it back. But whatever I was doing before just wasn't very neat, and I had done it under the arm so it wasn't too visible, but what I was doing, it was just looking a complete mess. Now there is a tiny bit on the back which I think has mostly blocked out. I don't know if you can see it, where it's just not, in fact I can feel it, it's just there, it's not as neat. But I wasn't going to rip the sleeves back to then have to do the whole jumper again, so I only went up to about just where I split for the sleeves. And yes, so ripped it all back and had to knit it all back down again, which was a bit of a slog. But because it was a DK weight, I forget how much quicker it knits up than a 4-ply weight yarn does. So it didn't take too long, but yes, I'm very happy with it, and I can't recommend this pattern enough. It's so easy. Just make sure you do your helical knitting. If you buy hand-dyed yarn to make a jumper, you definitely need to have your helical knitting skills, and there are so many useful videos on YouTube. I will try and find the one that I used. Can't even remember who it's by now. I think again my mum sent me the link, and was able to, well, she sent me the link, I kind of learned from the video, and off I went. It's so easy that, yeah, it's ridiculously easy, but I love this jumper. I could talk about the jumper all day, which I can't because I've got so much more to show you. So another finished object is, surprise surprise, socks. I haven't got both on the blockers because I've got the blockers being used for something else as well. So I finished my Impossible Girl socks. So this colourway is my own hand-dyed colourway called Lockdown Valentine. Just, oh, look at that. I love this sort of faux cable detail, and it's got it on both sides. And just look at that colour, just kind of, oh, there we go, that's about the right colour there. Yeah, I love it. I love this. So I had actually found a skein that was in my stash that I hadn't sold before, because it was a Valentine colourway, it was only limited edition. And yeah, I thought, you know what, I want a pair of socks. So I knitted a pair of socks in them. This pattern is, I believe it's a freebie, and I will link it all down below for you, but I absolutely love it and I definitely recommend it. It's a very, very good pattern. And then again onto another pair of socks. So this is my design, and I am super happy about this. So it's called Walk the Tracks. So you've got this little track detail that goes all the way down the side. It is only on one side, so both socks are worked slightly different, just so it's on the outside. And I've used my own hand-dyed yarn called Magnolia, which has got this gorgeous... I just love a speckle. I don't know about you. It may just be me. But how could... Oh, it's just lovely. Anyway. So yes, it's currently out for testing. I've got quite a few people testing the pattern for me, which is lovely. And yes, I love this pattern. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen... What was it, a couple of days ago, that I kind of matched my socks with my outfit. So I was wearing like this cream jumper and some crazy leggings and obviously my socks. And yeah, I'm really proud of those and pleased and excited for when they're going to be released. The pattern is going to be released on the 30th of April. And I will be doing a bit of a discount for people who follow me on Instagram. So if you don't follow me, head on over and you'll be able to see that when it goes live, you'll get a bit of a discount. So it's another pair of socks. And my little my little sock collection is growing quite rapidly because that is just another 2 pairs just there. And I've done about 7 or 8 pairs now, so I've got enough to wear a pair of handmade socks every day of the week, as long as I keep washing them really quickly. So yeah, really excited about that, really pleased. And yeah, I love socks. I'm totally a sock knitter. Yeah, I don't think there is another way to put it. I am definitely a sock knitter. I love it. I designed a pair of socks and stay tuned, there's another pair that's going to come up shortly which I've designed, or not a pair because I haven't finished them yet, but yes, absolutely loving socks. And I love the fact that if you've got a single skein in your stash and it doesn't quite go with anything else, you can put it into a pair of socks and you've got some beautiful, like you could have this sitting in a gift box ready to gift to somebody. You could have it in your own sock drawer just to wear. I haven't quite made any for my sock stash yet, although saying that, I do have a pair, bear with me. So I've actually got another finished object which I totally forgot about. So these are going into my gift box, and it will be the first pair of socks that will go in the gift box. So I haven't finished them because I know who I want to gift them to, but I'm not quite sure the size of their foot, so I'm going to put an afterthought heel in. But I have knitted the tubes for the socks and the colourways. So this is my own hand-dyed yarn that is called Ink, and this is from Orchidean yarns, or I think they've changed to Luxury Yarns now. I'm not sure. I will see if I can find any information, and if I can I will put it up. But yeah, so it's just a standard 2x2 rib. It's just a vanilla sock because that yarn just doesn't need any detail to highlight how beautiful that is. And then obviously just the standard toe. And yeah, I'll put an afterthought heel in once I have been very sneaky and found out that person's size of their foot. And yeah, so there is a pair of socks in my gift box already, which is super exciting. I got really excited about that I'll be able to gift some socks to somebody other than myself. Because I'm constantly making them at the moment, as you will see in a minute. So yes, there is 4 finished objects this week, fortnight and a bit. Yeah, I'm really pleased. So I'm going to jump straight into my whips. So I have got, so I mentioned these last time. The project bag is just my own hand printed, and it's the wrong way around. Hopefully, I think I've sorted out the text thing, so hopefully this will actually show up right for you guys. But yes, hopefully. So this pair of socks is for Tom, and you may remember I've got super bright pink, which is totally blowing out on camera. Yeah, it's totally blowing out. So it's a pink that's come from Pixie Yarns, and it was part of the tube that I bought from her, which I turned into a pair of socks, obviously. And that's just too bright for me. I mean, my socks are getting brighter because I do like some bright colours. I look at them and go, oh wow. And because they're socks, you can get away with them being super bright. But my wardrobe, not so much. As you may have noticed, it's either white, grey or black, usually. Pretty boring. So yeah, and then Tom was like, oh my god, I love it. I want it on a pair of socks. So I was like, light bulb, I'll make you a pair of socks. The yarn that I was using last time was one of my, again, it's one of my own hand-dyed yarns, and I'm still using it, one of my own hand-dyed yarns. But it was quite a thick 4-ply. And although I was using, let me have a look, DPNs on 2.25, it was making the sock huge, like, and really, really tight and stiff, and I just really wasn't enjoying making them. So Tom raided my stash, which I hate it when he does it because he moves things around and I know exactly where everything is up there. It may look a mess, but I know where it all is. So he needs to stop raiding my stash. Anyway, so he went for another bluey type one, and this again is my own hand-dyed yarn, and it's called Peacock because it's got pinks. No, it's not got any pinks on there, Shannon. What are you talking about? Anyway, so it's got blues, obviously, turquoise and purple, and yeah, just love it. So I had to rip it all back. And although when I rip things back, I can usually put a safety line in and it's fine and it's not a problem. But if I need a safety line on the ribbing, I'm out. I quit. I can't do it. I tried and I failed. So I had to rip it all out and then redo the cuff. So it's got a really short cuff because I find cuffs really boring. And it's just going to be a vanilla sock. That's where I got to as of last night and did all of that last night, which was quite nice. And yeah, this is just the Peacock yarn. Let's see if I can turn towards the light. It's a bit darker on the camera than what it is in real life, but oh, hang on, there we go. That's about almost true to colour just there. But oh, I'm really enjoying it in these ones. I just pick them up, do a few rounds, put them back down, and that is it. So yeah, really, really enjoying these. It's a 72 stitch vanilla sock. He wants the afterthought heel because I've been going on about how much I think they fit me better. He's like, oh, I'm going to try an afterthought heel. I was like, what, are you going to do the afterthought heel? Obviously that was a no. So basically I'm going to make a tube and yeah, just cut it in half and do a pair of socks for him. So there is 100 grams, well, there's 100 grams in total of the Peacock colourway. I'm not going to knit the whole tube. I think I'll get, I don't know, I think I'll get a pair of socks for him and a pair of shorties for me out of this one. Because I'm loving how it's turning out. I think I might make some shorties for me because I love a shorty sock. But yeah, so that's for Tom, and obviously not completely different from last time, but slightly different. He still wants me to use that yarn for him on something else. He was like, oh, can I have some mittens then? And I'm like, what do you think I am? I'm not your making machine. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but anyway, it's just like, can I have this? Can I have that? Can I have this? It was like, no, you can't have all of it. Anyway, I have also done a little bit more work on, and I didn't bring the pattern up. So this is called the Cosy Hubby sweater or pullover. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it on the screen and obviously in the comments below. And this is obviously for Tom. And I have done quite a bit since I've shown you. I'm struggling to pick this up because it's not hand-dyed yarn. It just doesn't go, ooh, pretty every time, every time you do a round. So, yeah, I'm not doing it as quickly as I would hope I would do it, but I do still love it. So the colour is called, let's have a look. The yarn is Drops Baby Merino. Oh, I think I did this last time, didn't I? I was looking for a colour and it doesn't have one. So it says colour 42, and I'm pretty sure it was just called Petrol on the website. But yes, so, and it's like a thicker thicker 4-ply yarn. And it's so soft. It is, let's have a look, 100% wool, superwash treated extra fine merino wool. And I've got a bag down here with quite a bit. Now I didn't show you a project bag. It's my Highland Cow one from Watuka, little shop I found in Barcelona. Totally recommend them, even for shipping for the UK, super quick. So yes, so I have done quite a bit more since I last showed you. I think last time I'd only done up to about here-ish. I'd only done a couple of inches, not much. So I've done a bit more. I'm still doing the raglan increases. So what it is you've got like quite a high neck, but you start sort of down here. So this will effectively, can't show you very well because the needles are quite small for it. Quite small cable. So yeah, the neck will start sort of about here-ish. And then I think from the pattern, I cannot remember because I haven't knitted on it for a little while. I'm pretty sure you pick up the stitches, which will get rid of the roll. And then you do an extra bit that goes around the neck. So it's quite a, what do you call it? A cowl around the neck, with some ties in there, which I don't know how I'm going to do those bits yet. Doesn't matter. But anyway, so yeah, quite pleased with that. He keeps saying, so this was my birthday present, when am I going to get it? His birthday was 5th of March. I bought it like the day before his birthday, so you know, he technically got the yarn. He got the yarn on his birthday. I got the yarn on his birthday. I don't care, I got a present. So yes, so yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. And the yarn is really nice to use. I know not everyone likes commercial yarn, and there's some form of shunning when you buy commercial yarn from some people. I love it. I don't care. It works for me. Yeah, it's very neat. Look how neat that knitting is. Just there. I mean, that's the increases line, which I'm not too pleased about, but hoping that will block out. That's the extra make one left and right. So yeah, hopefully that will work out really, really well. But because it's a 4-ply weight, it does take a little while to actually make, and I forgot. I wish he'd picked like a DK or an Aran or something, but he didn't. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Other whips. So this is a half finished object because I need to make another one and I haven't. And this is also a pattern which I have designed. So half finished, it's a pair of socks, but half finished means I've done one. I haven't blocked it, so it might sit a little bit weird. Oh no, it doesn't sit weird on here at all. In fact, looks a bit better. Anyway, so the yarn I'm using is my own hand-dyed yarn. So here is a really bright blue, which is appearing a little bit darker on the screen. It's Caribbean Seas. It's one of my old colourways that's coming back. Watch out for the shop news. And this is a colourway that I dyed called Iridescent, and it has got these gorgeous speckles all the way through it, which are plum, pink, turquoise, there's a little bit of green in there. And I've just realised it's not focusing. There we go. Just, oh, absolutely love that one. I've been wanting to use this colourway for ages, but I didn't have like didn't know what I wanted to make. And then when I started making socks, I wound this one up straight away and I was like, right, it's a 50-gram ball. And I didn't have a colour that I wanted to go with it. So then I dyed up some of my old colourways for the shop update and realised that that is exactly what I wanted to go together. I love them. I love the colours. So on to the pattern. So it's a new pattern. I haven't finished writing it yet, but I hope to shortly. And here it is. So this is just the shorty version. So this pattern, when I release it, will have two versions. You'll have a shorty sock and a long sock written out for you, so you can sort of follow it along. And yeah, so this is the shorty sock. The colour is appearing quite dark. Let's see if I can rotate it a little bit. So it's still quite dark on the camera, I don't know why. Now, when I was doing this, I was loving it, and I really do love it, except I don't think you can see much of the pattern. I think the pattern hides quite a bit. Yeah, and it's called the Sandy Ripple sock. So I dyed up some more yarn because I can. I am quite lucky that I am able to do that. And so yes, I dyed up some yarn, and this is the long sock version that I'm making. I will show you the project bag in a minute. So this yarn is called Sand. Now again, it's turning out a little bit darker on the camera. Yeah, it's turning out a little bit darker. Never mind. And it's just a semi-solid sort of tonal colour. I'm just going to put it on the blocker. I haven't quite done a whole sock yet, so yeah, so there's sort of the back of it. And again, this is a gift for somebody, which I hope they're not watching. They might be. They might not know it's for them. Anyway, and here is the pattern. So if I put it that way, sort of that's how it will look. And it's called the Sandy Ripple sock. And I just love it. So you've got all these like little ridges that you see. So you know the when the waves come onto the sea, when the waves come onto the beach, and you see sort of the ripples in the sand and things like that, and you get like little holes where the water might be collecting and things like that. So that's what sort of inspired me to do this pattern. Obviously, I had been dreaming of going to a really nice hot beach. Doesn't look like it's going to happen this year. Mostly because my passport ran out in February and I didn't notice because we haven't been out anywhere and we haven't been planning any holiday trips or anything like that because we can't. So who knows, I will get the passport done. But anyway, so dreaming of being at a beach, so I thought I'd knit a sock that would remind me of that. But yes, it is a supple super simple pattern. It's just got a 1x1 rib and then just a simple pattern, which is patterns on the front and it will go all the way down the foot, and then the back will be plain. Which is ideal if you want to do an afterthought heel, but the pattern will have like a heel flap and gusset instructions there. That's what I'm going to be doing for most of my patterns. Will probably have the heel flap and gusset, but I may do the afterthought heel just because I really enjoy that one. Anyway, so yeah, if you are interested in pattern testing for me, please do get in touch. It's probably looking to get the pattern written up. Sorry, I've got a calendar up there. I'm trying to work out days. I don't know, to be honest. Hopefully the pattern will be written up in the next few days, maybe a week. And I will be looking for pattern testers to hopefully release this pattern in mid to late May. So if you are interested, please do get in touch, and I will just show you the shorty one again, just because I love these colours. Do you ever find that you have yarn and you don't quite, somebody said this to me on Instagram and I thought it was brilliant, it doesn't quite tell you what it wants to be when you first use it? So I used it thinking this will be fine, and it hides the pattern. So this pattern I totally recommend a either semi-solid or tonal yarn, one that will show up a lot of sort of detail, because this one is quite detailed in the front. Not so much a speckled yarn. So if you are interested in testing, please be aware that that's what I will be recommending and will probably ask you to try and use if possible. But that's not to say that your cuff, heel and toe couldn't be speckled, maybe. I don't know, is that an option? That could be an option for you. Yeah, it could be an option. And yeah, so they are all my whips and finished objects and things like that. I'm just going to slide straight into purchases, because I didn't show you the project bag that this sandy ripple sock came out of, and that is because it is a purchase. I purchased a few things from this lady. So Ellie from Craft House Magic does these gorgeous project bags, and I could not resist. This is so me and I love it. I can't rave about it enough. It is amazing. So she brought out these little succulent fabric bags, and they are, I don't know whether you call it quilted, but it's quite thick and I love it. I just love it. And it sits as a bucket. You've got various options, which are like drawstring, zips, different sizes. I think this one was the small one, but as you can see, it's still quite big for a small project bag, so you could easily fit definitely 100% 2 skeins, maybe at a push 3 skeins, but 2 skeins and your project would fit in there perfectly. And you've got these like really big pockets in there, and she does like this really cute little stamp. Okay, it's back to front for me, but hopefully I've sorted out the settings so I'll flip it back around for you guys. Yeah, and it's so well made. I love it. But because of this fabric is so me, I didn't just buy the project bag. I bought the Notions pouch. So I've got one Notions pouch which is sat in like my little puff, because I've got a storage puff downstairs which I love. It's full of yarn and projects. I absolutely love it. And then I have like a little side table where my stitch markers sit, and my scissors and my everyday things. So I've got a crochet hook in here just for drop stitches, because I can now do that. Super happy about that. It's got a little needle, a little bit of scrap yarn, so when I need to test something to see how it works, that's what I do. My little box of project progress and stitch markers. Progress keepers and stitch markers are all in here. I've got like a pair of scissors. I've got a tape measure. I've literally so many things in such a tiny little pouch. I won't put them all back in just yet. So little notions pouch. Again, she's got a very cute little logo just in there. I just, oh, love it. Absolutely love this. And probably shouldn't be admitting all of this. I've spent a fortune. I bought myself a DPN case. So I use the 8-inch DPN, so they're quite long because I always panic that I'm going to knock the stitches off and lose whatever I'm working on. So I bought and Ellie's only just bought out the really long DPN cases because I kept asking her. I was like, I love them. I bought one of her B ones without looking at the size, and it's for the 6-inch one DPNs, and I don't use those, although I'm tempted to buy a pair just so I can use the DPN case. And yeah, so I contacted her and said, any chance you do the big one? So she has put the larger option as a option on her website. I believe she makes everything fresh. It's like you go to a restaurant and everything's made fresh. It's not a restaurant, it is obviously. I'm talking absolute rubbish now. Anyway, I've forgotten where I am. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so I bought a DPN case, and you just put the DPNs in, and you've got like these little poppers, and they kind of sit either side of your work, and it means that you don't end up, because I use the sharps as well, it means you don't end up stabbing either your work, so you get like little pools of yarn on your works, and it just literally sits there like that, really, in my project bag, and it doesn't stab the yarn, so it doesn't pull at that, it doesn't stab at your very, very pretty project bags. Yeah, I'm so going back for some more because I love them. And I usually have like 3 to 4 pairs of socks on the go at any one time. Mostly 3 pairs. I try not to have more than 3 pairs of socks on the go at one time. One pair's always a vanilla. And yeah, I finished that sock so quickly that I could have just finished the other one, but I was desperate to cast on the long one to actually see the pattern and see that it worked really well. But anyway, I'm jumping now. I'm going back and forth. I don't mean to be, but yes, definitely 100% recommend Ellie at Craft House Magic. Project bags, notion pouch and everything is gorgeous. So I treated myself to a little bit of a set. Yes, totally recommend them. And I have also spent more money, and I would like to show you what I bought. So this is a new to me dyer, and I have seen her mentioned on a couple of other podcasts, so you may already follow her, I don't know. Bex Creates, I think that's the name of her podcast. She's Bexy McNorms on Instagram. And oh my god, I saw them and I was like, oh my god, I want it. So this new to me dyer is called, her name's Ruth, and she's from the Dotty Wool Company. And she does self-striping yarn. Now it's not something that I do, but I'm so eager to have a go. So maybe after this really large shop update, I'll have a bit of a break and try a few self-striping yarns, which would be fab, I think. Anyway, so she does a Friends Club. Now, you get this really cute little box with a little Friends logo on the front. I have obviously ripped her label, and I don't have another image of her label, unfortunately, but it is just the Dotty Wool Company. I don't know if you can just about see it. She is on Etsy, so I will link her shop below. Most of it is, I think it is all self-striping. I think it is at the moment. A lot of it's pre-orders and things like that. And she's up to a pre-order of season 4. So what she's doing is she's doing these Friends themed self-striping yarns, and they're named after a specific episode in that season. So I'll give you an example. So season 1, this is season 1, and it arrives as a gobstopper, I think that's what they call them. Just look at those colours. And how Friends is that? Like, oh, it's just completely reminds me of Friends straight away. And this one, season 1's Friends Yarn Club, New York City has no power. Now, I love this. I love it. And I've just started watching the Friends series from episode 1, season 1. I'm up to episode 18 already. Obviously, I'm not working at the moment, so I've just binged quite a bit. But like, they're kind of blowing out a little bit on the screen, but they're not too, they're a little bit darker in reality, but oh, I just absolutely love it. It's my first ever self-striping yarn that I've bought, and I've been looking for some really good one. So yeah, so you can go on her Etsy page, and she is doing pre-orders for the seasons that have already gone. So I went and bought all 3 seasons in one go, and I have already pre-ordered April in a separate order, so hopefully that will arrive. I think it's early May, I believe it will arrive. I think that's what the pre-order description, because I ordered it a little bit late, so she puts the listing up. I contacted her. She puts the listing up about the 25th, 28th of the month or something like that, and leaves it up pretty much the whole month, so you can pre-order at any point. And oh, so I went back, and I was so lucky that she had season 1, 2 and 3 there. I didn't think, well, 3 was fine, but I didn't think she'd have season 1 and 2, and I thought I was going to miss out, and I'm so glad I didn't. So that's season 1. And now I feel like I'm just rambling. So season 2 is You're My Lobster. I love it. So I would not pick these colours. I would not go to a shop and go, oh, that looks pretty, I'll buy it. I'll go, oh, that looks pretty, and won't buy. Just because they're not my colours. But I love them, and I'm so glad that it's the first time I'm actually taking part in a yearly run yarn club, because she's got a plan for the whole year. So you've got season 1 through 10, and then so that will take us up to October, and then I think in November and December. So November, I think she's doing some form of Thanksgiving yarn, and then December will obviously be a Christmassy one. And we've spoken a little bit, and she says she's such a massive Friends fan, and I am as well. And I'm just like, oh! And I've just realised I haven't told you the yarn content. So this is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and it says 365 metres per 100 grams. So I haven't actually used this 80% and 20% nylon. Mine's usually 75 and 25, and it's got like a really, I don't know if it'll focus enough. It's got a high twist. You can just see it there. It's high twist. Again, that's not something that I've used before, so it's really nice that I'm trying something new, self-striping, so obviously it is going to be socks. Cannot wait. And then season 3, these only arrived yesterday, which is probably why I'm still super excited, and I have the box sat down next to me, and I literally just keep staring at them. So this is season 3, and it's called Put the Book Back in the Freezer. Oh, I love it. And then this is season 3. I'm not sure all the colours are coming out properly. So this is like a dark purpley brown. Then you've got like a dark green, like dark bottle green, and you've got the pinks and the yellows and the sort of silver, and yeah, I just, oh, just look at them. I'm just going to show you all three of them because just look. Oh, I love them. I love the fact that I'm going to have a Friends series of socks. That is what I'm doing. Yeah, and they all arrive in like one of these little Friends boxes, which is fantastic. And it's just, oh. I'm sure that I am not the only person that gets that excited about some yarn. Just literally. And it made me so happy after a really rubbish few days, where I was literally crying constantly, and worried about my cat and everything like that. Tom has been amazing. He's literally just let me get on with it. I just need to, that's just me. I need to get on with it and get it out of my system. As soon as it's out, I'm fine and I'm happy. And he's like, wow, like you don't even look like you were crying like 20 minutes ago, even though you were like full on bawling. Anyway, you don't want to know about that. So yes, so that was really nice. It arrived yesterday and I'm super happy with it, and oh, I can't stop staring at it. And that is all my purchases that I can show you. So you may have noticed that advents are starting to appear. A lot of yarn advents are appearing for pre-order and things like that. So this year I've treated myself to 2, which is really, really naughty. I have bought the Fibre Fox advent because it says that she's doing all the pastel type colours, which will be a fade. There'll be tonals, speckles. I'm totally a speckles girl. Tonals, speckles, variegated and all sorts in there. And I think she's doing it as a bit of a fade as well, which is lovely. So I treated myself to one of hers. And Bird Street bought their advent out last night. So literally within 2 days I spent a lot of money. So yeah, Bird Street have got released theirs yesterday, and I didn't even put it in my diary because I'd seen what they'd written on Instagram and their website and their newsletter and everything like that about what it is. And it is so different from any of the yarn advents that I've seen out there before, and I was like, I can't not be a part of that one. So you get 4 25 grams of Suri alpaca lace weight, which I absolutely love. Just seeing if I've got some up there in my stash, and I don't think I have at the moment. That's a lie. I know I've got some. Hold on. Oh yeah, there we go. So, this is Suri alpaca lace weight, which is absolutely gorgeous. This is not my hand-dyed yarn. This is from Elliot Craft House Magic, and it is called, I keep the labels with it at all time, Strawberry Fields Forever. And you may remember, if you've followed me for a little while, I knitted up a cowl holding undyed fingering weight with it, and it is, oh, I love it. Anyway, so it's like a little fluffy yarn. So normally you buy these in like 50 gram skeins, but you get 4 25 grams of that. That's not the colour that you'll get, I don't think. Anyway, I don't know what the colour will be. Then you get a bunch of 20 gram mini skeins. There is a pattern by, oh my god, I can't remember her name. I'm going to put it on the screen. I think it's Yarnia Designs. Don't quote me. I will put it on the screen so it's all there for you, and put some information in there in my show notes. I'm pointing down here because my laptop's here and I've actually written up my notes before I've recorded, which never happens. Anyway, so yeah, they're all my purchases, and you get a few other little goodies in Bird Street. So because it is such a totally different style of advent, I was like, I'm gonna have to buy myself one of them. And yeah, so I have. I am doing Advents as well, so I'm going to jump straight onto my shop news. I am doing Advents. I have got a listing up on my website already. And I have, so it's either 10 grams or 20 grams for 24 days, and you get a 100 gram skein on Christmas Day as well. And then also you have other little small small goodies included throughout the Advent as well. And the colourways are going to be based around 4 main colours, and there will be mini fades within those 4 main colour groups, and I'm not going to tell you all of them. I will be sharing on Instagram again soon, hopefully a bit more of a mood board, and I will link something to sort of where I'm getting my inspiration from for it. There are only a few sets left, so if you want one, do please be quick, so you don't miss out. Not all of the colours will fade together, at least that's not the plan, but they may at least work together. Does that make sense? So you could probably fade the whole set together, but the plan is at least have 4 mini sets within it that do fade and do work together really well. That's sort of the plan anyway. And I'm really excited. I've been playing with some colour whilst I've been getting ready for a massive shop update on the 22nd of April. So yeah, there is a lot coming. So if you want an Advent, please do pop along and grab yourself one, which would be fantastic and I would really appreciate. Like I said, you can either get 4-ply RDK in 10 grams or 20 grams, and then you get a 100 gram skein on the day, again either 4-ply or DK depending what option you select. So I mentioned that the shop update is the 22nd of April, which is a Thursday, and there is a lot of colours coming back. There is obviously a few new colours, so you've got my sand colourway that you may have seen earlier. If you've watched up until now, you have seen it. Okay, so there is a lot, and they are down here by my feet, so you'll see me dip. But anyway, so there is a lot of colours coming. So there are some mini sets, and one that has been very, very popular on Instagram since I posted it is this pastels mini set. So you've got 10 grams and 20 grams, both will be in 4-ply and DK. Just so you 10 gram ones, because it's just a little bit easier to sort of put up to the camera. So you've got these gorgeous colours. I just absolutely love these. So I'll give you their proper names. I don't know, I can't remember if I can. So this one is fondant, and you will be able to get the 50 gram skeins and 100 gram skeins in 4-ply. And if you want them in DK 100 grams, get in touch. I'm more than happy to dye them up. I've just been concentrating on 4-ply in this update, but the minis do already come in 4-ply and DK, and that's 20 grams or 10 grams. So you've got fondant, you've got mist, you've got macaroon, I can't even remember all of them, twinkle toes and sea mist. Now all of these are brand new colours to the shop. They've not been in the shop before, but oh, just look at them all together. I love them. I might keep a set back for me to do something with them. I'm not sure what, but I love them. We do have a bright rainbow coming as well, again in 10 grams and 20 grams. Apparently this time I'm showing you the 20 gram ones. So you've got Acer, you've got Freshly Squeezed, you've got Lemon Sherbet, this one is Blackberry, this one is Summer Skies, and this one is Grasshopper. So you do, again, of these ones, we'll have the 50 gram and 100 gram 4-plies, as well as the 20 gram and 10 gram DK and 4-ply sets, but if you want the 100-gram DK sets, get in touch. Sorry, I'm completely blank there. Just get in touch, and obviously I will make sure I have those available for you. Last mini sets, which we will be having, is there's only a couple of these because I haven't dyed up all of them yet, but hopefully before the 22nd I will have dyed the rest of them up. So we, again, 10-gram and 20-gram 4-ply and DK, and 50-gram and 100-gram 4-ply. So you've got Seafoam, which has got these gorgeous silver and blue speckles. You've got In the Shallows, which is just here. You've got Pacific, the Caribbean Seas, which you would have seen on my sock earlier, which is just here. And also you've got Fjords, which is just this one here. So they will be coming to the shop. Now this is just a little Oceans mini set, which will be coming along. You've seen my sand colourway. I've got a couple of skeins of that going into the shop as well, which I absolutely love. We have another one returning, which is Strawberry Cheesecake. It's gorgeous reds, and you've got some dark charcoaly bits and red speckles. Obviously there's a lot of red speckles down here, which is gorgeous. So that's Strawberry Cheesecake. We also have Raspberry Ripple making a comeback. Now these will be in 50 grams and 100 grams. And here, this was a happy accident. This is actually called Carnival. I was dyeing colour up and it went wrong, and I thought, I wonder. So now it's going to be a colourway that does come back to the shop. It's these gorgeous bright red, pink, orange and yellow speckles all over, so it's heavily speckled. As you can see, it's all the way through, and it's got an underbase of like a lemon and peach kind of tone all the way through it. Again, I think I want a pair of socks in this, but again, it's really bright. It's not my kind of colour, but I love it. That will only be available in 100 grams. It's just a one-off at the moment, but if it's quite popular, I will definitely be dyeing up some more of that. This, I love this colourway. This is called Happiness, because every time I look at it, it just makes me happy. And that is actually pretty true to colour just on the screen, just there. Happiness, I love that. If you like tonal yellows. Anyway, sorry. Sidetrack. We have got Amethyst, which is, there we go, it's about true to colour there. Amethyst, which is coming back. This is the Mist colourway in 100 grams. This is Twinkle Toes. It's just gorgeous tonals. And then also we've got Pacific, which is just, there we go. This one is Summer Skies, which just looks lovely, and this one is Caribbean Seas, which is just blowing out a little bit on the camera. It's a bit more of a turquoisey blue than a blue. Yes, there is a lot coming, and I am super excited about this update. I have got so much yarn everywhere at the moment, but yes, hopefully you enjoy it as much as I enjoy dyeing it all and getting it all ready for you guys. I will try not to pinch it all. That's one of the problems that I think yarn dyers have, is you end up pinching a few skeins here and there, and your stash just grows a lot. It's mine has anyway. I don't know about anyone else, but mine has. So I buy yarn, which is these ones, and then also I dye yarn, which I sometimes want to keep as well. But anyway. Maybe that's just a me problem. Maybe, I don't know. But yes, so there's a lot coming to the shop, and hopefully you enjoy it as much as I do. I think that is everything. If you would like to get in touch, please do feel free so. That is not English, Shannon. Please feel free, or do so. And you can get in touch via either finding me on Instagram, which is Blue Fern Yarns, Ravelry, which is Blue Fern Yarns, my website, which is bluefernyarns.co.uk, or you've got my email address, which is bluefernyarns@gmail.com. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It turned out a lot longer than I thought it might. Tried to whiz through a few things, but that did not happen. Anyway, yes, if you've watched to the end, thank you very much. And don't forget to give this video a little like or get in touch. That would be great. Thank you. Bye.